John Irving, but we can talk about our new equipment.
We're testing.
Teachers, we're testing our new equipment. We're checking in on our.
We're recording right now, Joanne.
God. Okay, here we go. This is what we planned, my friends. We got some new equipment. See these fuzzy things? Oh, yeah, it's us, your two tipsy teachers. Which should be made clear by now that we start recording before we even know we're recording.
Before we actually.
Why we're recording. Anyway.
We got mics, everyone.
Which I'm not using because it's not help. I whip the mic around like this.
Well,
that doesn't work. But
so
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, this is the fun part. We're experimenting with all these things. So you get to be along for that ride as well. So as long as we're doing this, what we're really trying to do is test our microphones because it's windy and we want to make sure that you hear us and not the
we're
wind.
Outside in case you didn't notice. And I wonder how close this has to be. I'll do a little testing with that too. Or we can clip them on. So they go with us. Very versatile.
Yeah, it is very versatile.
I honestly thought these fuzzy things were just
for
like
show.
Things people are using for show. I didn't know they really worked and they had a purpose. Now I do.
I guess we do. I didn't know that either.
I am still learning, friends. You are never too old to learn. So here's what we were thinking. We were thinking it's getting close to the end of June. And we say that quietly because we know how difficult that can be. And you're just getting into your summers, probably just getting into a routine, maybe just starting to feel like yourself again. And next thing you know, it's the
4th of July.
Kind of like the hump day of the summer, the hump month, the 4th of July, the hump date.
This is the thing. Do you remember our friend, our bestie, one of our besties, Lisa, would always say, it's the 4th of July, half summer is half over. And I would be like,
Shut up.
No, it's not half over. We just started. We just got out like 3 weeks ago. So I'd be so pissed at her all the time for saying that. So Lisa, I want to give you the big middle finger to the 4th of July. But this is
a reality.
This is a reality.
It is. So one of the things we want to be sure you're doing is you're still taking time for yourself. You're doing something for yourself. And I think one of the things both Tony and I enjoy, we're both really avid readers. And I don't know if I would say particularly that I have one certain type of book or genre that I like to read. I just like to read.
Yep.
So we thought perhaps we would share our favorite book with you. And in the comments, you in turn could share your favorite read. And maybe that's something that you could focus on the next couple of weeks. What book can I read in the summer without interruption? For enjoyment, not necessarily for learning, something just for you. So your favorite book.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people know this, but if you don't know this, one of my favorite books is Tuesdays with Morrie. I am a big Mitch Albom fan. I've read really all of his works, and there are a couple books that are kind of repeat offenders that I'm not really fond of, but Tuesdays with Morrie, as a lot of people know, is all about life lessons. You know, what to do when his old teacher, college professor was dying from ALS, and so it just every Tuesday was like a lesson in, you know, culture, lesson on age, or, you know, whatever. So
something to get you thinking.
I loved it because I can go back to it anytime. As a matter of fact, it's a book that I taught to 8th graders and then again high schoolers. So it's got so many elements, so many layers, even though it's a very quick read. So Tuesdays with Morrie, Mitch Albom, put it on your reading list if you haven't read it yet. Yes, there's a movie and it's a good movie, but always the book is better. And you can get that down to a day.
Might be debatable. Book is better. That could be another little tidbit.
It could be
another little post. Right. Is the book better or the movie better or the TV show or the after school special? Do they do after school specials anymore?
I don't think so.
No. We should do one on that too. After school specials. So anyway, I do have a favorite book, but not for the same reasons and not as impressive as all the reasons your book is a favorite. And I certainly didn't teach it. But whenever anybody asks me, what is your all-time favorite book you have ever read? I always go to A Prayer for Owen Meany by John Irving. This too was made into a movie. Can't think of the name of it. It might come to me while I'm talking. I think what makes it one of my favorites is when I read, I really like to you get into the characters, you get into the story, you imagine yourself being there, you create something in your mind of what that story looks like, what those characters look like. And when I got to the end of this book, and for those of you who have read it will know what happens. Those of you who have not, I will not ruin it for you.
Yeah, don't do that.
But I would no. I will say this is probably the only book that ever made me cry unexpectedly. I did not expect it to be a sad ending in the way that it was, and I don't mean to give anything away because it wasn't really super sad.
Okay.
But it just pulled you in so much that by the time I got to that part, I was just sobbing. Yeah.
Wow. I've never read it. So
not a book I taught. That does remind me of one I taught in third grade.
Yeah.
When I was long-term subbing. What was that book I told you I started to cry while I was reading it? Stone Fox. Oh my God. Any of you elementary school teachers out there? Nobody warned me about the ending of Stone Fox. That's two, but one's really a third grade reading level. My all-time favorite, A Prayer for Owen Meany.
Yeah. Okay. So we will put those titles in our post that goes along with this so that you can see the words so you know what to look for in the library. It's also another post to, push our public libraries.
We love our public libraries.
Yeah, we do.
Love, 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 love.
Yep. So
we love our librarians or our media specialists.
Yes, we do.
School.
We do. So, take some time and read. It's so good for your soul. It's good for your brain. It's pretty much good for everything.
And if you get weather like this, read outside.
Mm-hmm.
Two joys in one.
If you are another friend of mine, she reads on her lunch hours. She just takes a book outside at work and she reads.
That is a great idea.
I love it. Right.
For some in-house wellness.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So happy reading, everyone.
Don't forget to put your favorite book in the comments section so we can share. We can be kind of a collaborative community.
Yeah.
Coming at you from my patio. Two tipsy teachers trying out our new mics, giving up some book suggestions, and hoping you guys are enjoying every single bit of your time. You deserve it.